thank you for 40 years. It's amazing, amazing accomplishment. I'm so pleased and honored to be a part of it over the last 20. So just congratulations and great job.
I wouldn't have made it without you guys being here, especially you.
When you first started the business 40 years ago, what was your purpose and intention then, and how has that changed or grown, or has it changed and grown over 40 years?
I started the business because clients said, we don't want to work with anybody else. Why don't you start your own business? Because I'd lost my job and I had developed clients at this cable company. So they weren't going to sustain these clients. Mm-hmm. I was like, 23, 24? I'm like, oh, okay. So I did. And so my first goal was to get a paycheck, was to, make money. After I convinced my dad that, that 10 grand, he could just give me a little inheritance right off the bat and let me go buy some gear. So that's how it started.
You hired me under a unique set of circumstances where I worked 5 a.m. to 1 p.m. so that I could take care of my newborn daughter in the afternoons. I was really struck at the time when you did that. Like, I thought it was an amazingly generous, caring, open approach. And it was certainly not normal 20 years ago. Where does that generosity come from? Because I've seen it with you over the course of my career at Horizon and of our friendship. You're generous with employees, you're generous with clients, you're generous with friends.
I am a person of faith, and I'm a person that started a business on the trust in God that he would help us get through. One of the lessons I had to learn early on was how important my people were. And I would say that if you were to interview the people that started with me the first 10 years, they would have a whole different story about me not being generous or me not taking time. And that was something that I had to learn. It became more than me and just one other person, or me and a freelancer, which is how it started. And I started adding team members, having to learn to trust that you had great people. When you came on board, it was my desire to help you in this situation. And I trusted you to take care of everything. And I think we do try to be flexible. I mean, even today, we recognize that this is not a normal industry. You do get burned out. It's tough. And we've got to be flexible.
What's the one project you still want to do?
The one that I still want to do is to finish the history series, because I do believe that North Carolina kids don't have updated materials on the history of North Carolina, and that's such a big part of who we are. So we've done episode 1. We needed to get the rest of the episodes done. What have you learned over your 20 years at Horizon, Kirk?
What have I learned? To listen more than talk, because that's one of the things you've taught me. You're an amazing listener, incredibly friendly to folks, and incredibly intuitive with folks. So that's been my best lesson. And I think that extends to client services and to production and to edits and working with other employees and managing people and the whole thing.
I'm sure if you said that to my husband, he'd be like, are we talking about the same person?
Yeah.
No, she doesn't listen to me.
Well, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for sticking in there with us.
Yes, absolutely.